Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Hello. Some of you might know who am I. I'm Dr. Diana Chasker, the Training and Talent Development Director of Humanology Sdn Bhd. So first and foremost, I would like to congratulate you and welcome on board to join the trainers pool. Now, becoming a trainer in humanology is the first step. However, there are few things that you need to actually follow, or I would say adhere to, becoming a trainer or consultant with us. Okay, the first thing is, Lena, can you focus on this? Now, like every organization, humanology has its own values which we practice internally and also externally. So over here in this chart, you can see that quality, customer-centric, the one in blue, is actually practiced externally, okay, with our customers and whoever we be trained with. Teamwork, integrity, and humane is practiced internally among the trainers. So maybe you can actually put this up in your slides to make it synchronized or to give aware to the participants what they actually expect from us in the beginning of the training. Okay. Number two, so when you come on board, there will be a trainer's checklist similar to this. You will receive this during the offer letter email. And over here, there are actually 7 things please take note of. The first thing is your IC, the first is the claim form. So when you submit, you got to submit the claim form. The copy of your IC comes along only for the first time. After that, you need not submit every time you apply for the training. The third is actually pictures. So pictures here, we have pictures during training. Now, our administrator, either Miss Liana or Miss Wong, will actually designate a training platform for each of the training. It's in WhatsApp, a group chat. So a day before the training, they will put in all the participants' phone numbers, mobile numbers, and your number as well. What you got to do is, you got to actually put in pictures during the activities. Whenever you have activities during the training, please put in pictures. So that'll be training pictures, that'll be doing the group photograph. Then you have certificate presentation at the end of it, and you have activity pictures throughout the 2 days training. Okay? Hope that's clear. Now, the last one is video recording from the participants. Now, what is this about? Okay, this is actually a video recording which you need to allocate to the participants. They have got the first day, right from the first day morning, right until the deadline stops after lunch on the second day. They're going to submit a short video. So short meaning could be from 1 minute right until 3 minutes. It could be sent via WhatsApp or via a YouTube link. It has got to contain these 3 elements in the video. So the first one is, what have you learned in this program? How are you going to apply at work? What you have learned from this program. And lastly would be, would you recommend this program? Yes and no, and why? Each participant needs to submit this video before the module 7 of day 2 begins. Or not, you will be in trouble when you get your claims later on, okay? Moving on. Now coming back to the checklist again, then we have actually the article for self-branding. Now, most trainers would ask the question, why do we need an article after training? The article is to build your reputation, is to market you out there in the market. Just to share, there are 30,000 registered trainers with HRTF, with the TTT. So what makes you different from the rest out there? Why should we employ you? Now this article is put into a humanitarian which we distribute to all ministries, to the corporate sector and to the SMEs 4 times in a year. So that's branding, free branding for you actually, okay? Moving on. Then the completed evaluation form has got to be there. The attendance list. Now this one, please take note. You got to have a snapshot from the participants list. It must include the full name and the mobile number and the email during the first day of the training. Ideally before the tea break, because then administrator, either Miss Liana or Miss Wong, would actually check the names for the certificate presentation later on. Last but not least, what makes us different compared to the other training providers out there, you may ask? Humanology has Kirkpatrick's 4-step coming in. So the first step is actually reaction. This is where the participants acknowledge your training after 2 days, which is via the evaluation form. The second stage is the learning. This is the pre-post test. So pre-post test, please maintain 5 questions, 5 similar questions, same questions, sequence can be changed up to you. 5 questions only for pre and for the post test, and the marks then need to be submitted during the claim form in the Excel version, which will be actually emailed to you later on as well. Okay. So Kirkpatrick, this is the second step. Third will be behavior. How we actually have a 360 degrees feedback form, which we will upload into the LMS. Our LMS is our learning management system called Edmodo. So if it's in the group chat, there will be Edmodo guideline and also the username and password submitted by the administrator of Humanology to all participants for each training in the group chat. So if you're there, everything will be given out. It's so much easy, trust me, okay? Last but not least is the results. How? We have a workbook coming in the LMS as well. So to make things simple, okay? Now this is the guideline of how a training goes on in Humanology. So for the participants attend 2 days, then they sit for a pre-training test before the program starts in the morning, and then you give them the score right away. Then day 1 homework is actually, they've got to submit a very short video, more like a competition, or this is up to you, back to the trainers, a competition or a quiz or something interesting for the participants. Make them to like Humanology's FB page and share their video so they can upload into the web page, and they can go on sharing, and give them a small token of appreciation on day 2. It's up to you. Then coming on, you're going to submit the video. So this is the homework video. Each participant needs to do this before day 2 session 7 begins, and these are the questions which I repeated just now, which need to be in the video for each participant. Moving on, then they have got to sit for the post-training test at the end of 2 days. They've got to pass with 75% and above. Those below 75%, please make a note, and you've got to put into your record when you submit this to the HR later on. They've got to submit the evaluation form. Then this is something which we recently introduced because we want to see whether the participants do have a change or they just maintain the same ethics, the same integrity, the same way they perform at work after your training. So this is the individual voluntary disclosure. It's called IVD. They've got to sign this piece of paper during the evaluation form stage, the end of the workshop. And this would actually tell the HR managers what kind of performer is their staff, proactive or non-reactive, okay? Moving on, then you have got to give them the certificate presentation to the participants. Now the one in yellow is on the LMS. So in the LMS, you've got to submit. In a week's time, you've got to submit all your slides. Please remove the videos, the heavy ones, the videos, the activities which are generic to you. You've got to submit the pre-post test questions. That's number 2. You've got to submit 3 is the workbook in the LMS. Third element. The 4th is you've got to put in the 360 degree feedback form. So there's a template how to do this. You've got to just change for each training that you conduct. And so I think there are 4 things which need to be included in the LMS in a week after your training. And that's about it. And with that, once again, welcome on board Humanology, and I'll see you in action. Thank you.